Here are 3 things that can make you $1 million on Upwork. I have no script for this video. I keep getting asked why I'm not creating Upwork content anymore. The truth is, I put most of my time into content now on YouTube, TikTok, and I've kind of just moved not away from Upwork, but I don't do as much work through Upwork. I'm still making 6 figures there, but the majority of my business actually comes from content now, affiliate marketing, brand deals, sponsorships, all those things. So anyway, I'm going to tell you how to make $1 million on Upwork. This is real advice that worked for me. It's not something I'm making up to create content because, again, I don't even make these videos anymore. But I just want to help some of you all out because I get this question all the time. Number 1. Now this is going to sound like common sense, but it's really not to some people. The first thing you need is a skill set that pays very well. So if you have no skill set right now, then you're not going to make money on Upwork. You have to put the time in to develop your skill set first. That's the first thing. So my skill set is in SQL Server database administration. Now, I didn't take a course online and then start freelancing the next day. That's not how this works. I went to college. I didn't really learn how to do that in college. It was my first job after college where I got to go through a career path program. I got to work under someone that had like 30 years of experience doing what I do, and he taught me everything he knew. And I worked full time as a SQL Server DBA for around 3 years before I ever started freelancing. I knew about freelancing before then, but I didn't have the skills yet, This takes a lot of like self-awareness. You have to know where your skill set is before you can start freelancing. So number 1, you have to have a skill set that pays well, it has demand, and you have to actually know what you're doing. You can't take one online course and expect to make $100 an hour freelancing. If you try that, you're either not going to get any jobs, or 2, you're somehow going to get a job and you're going to get a horrible review for it. And trust me, you don't want to do the second option. Be patient. Put the time in to develop your skill set. Make sure you actually know what you're doing and then start freelancing after that. You got to have more patience. Everyone has no patience nowadays. They just want to take a course that, takes them like a week and then start making money freelancing. It's not going to work that way. Like, you're going to set yourself up for a lot of disappointment and honestly probably depression because you're going to wonder why you're not getting jobs when the truth is right in front of your face. You have to put the time in first. You're never going to be successful if you don't have patience and you don't have self-awareness. So, number 1, find a skill set that has demand, it pays very well, and then put a ton of time into learning that skill, doing it every single day, not once a week when you feel like it. You need to fully immerse yourself into the skill and do it every single day. That's what you need to do. Number 2, again, this is going to sound pretty obvious, but it's not. You have to outwork pretty much everyone if you want to be successful, especially now because Upwork has been around for a while now. When I started, they had merged from 2 other platforms, and Upwork was a company for 1 year when I started, but they've been around now for a while. So there's a lot more competition, number 1. And number 2, it's if you're trying to get a job with 30 to 50 other people who are also submitting proposals, then, why is someone going to choose you over someone else? And trust me, if you think it's because you're going to come in with the lowest price, that's not going to work either. Because most clients nowadays want a good combination of price and quality. They don't just want price, but there are different types of clients on Upwork. However, what I want to get across to you is that you have to work hard. You have to outwork everyone. When I started freelancing, I would wake up a lot of days before my 9-to-5 job. I would wake up at 5 a.m. I would do freelance work until I got ready for work. I would go to work. I would drive home on my lunch. I would do freelance work on my lunch. I would get off work. I would drive home. I would work out, and then I would work doing freelancing until I went to bed. And I did that almost every single day. So you do have to make sacrifices. It depends on how bad you want it, I get people nowadays saying that they can't get a job and this and that, and they're not putting in enough time. It's just, you're going up against someone like me that was putting all of my free time into Upwork, and you're putting in maybe an hour a day, maybe not even that. I'm gonna beat you. That's just how it is. And that's how it is with other people you're competing against right now. There's someone putting in more time than you, working harder than you, taking this way more seriously than you are, and they're gonna beat you. It's just gonna happen. The more time and effort you put into something, the more times you continuously try to improve, try to get better, you're gonna have way more opportunities. And then people are gonna say stuff like they say to me, oh, you just got lucky, it's luck, all of that $1 million, all those clients, that's just luck, it just fell into your lap. It's not luck. The more time you put into something, the more times you put yourself out there, the more time you pour into it, the more times it's going to look like you're lucky. Because what you're doing is you're getting more opportunities because you're putting in more time than everyone else. And them saying you're lucky is a cop out on their part because they're just lazy and they don't put enough time into it. So you have to take this seriously. You have to have discipline. And that's the thing that most people don't have. It's discipline. I am way more disciplined than the average person. I always have been. And I'm not the most disciplined person in the world. There's people way more disciplined than I am, but I am very disciplined. And I would attribute most of my success on Upwork to being disciplined and constantly trying to improve every single day. Those two things are probably the main reasons why I've had success on Upwork. And then number 3 is going to be your packaging. So if you want to make a lot of money on Upwork, there's a couple different routes you can go. You can go my route, which I do mainly hourly projects. So I have a high hourly rate now, but I offer my clients a package. It's, ongoing maintenance that I do every month for their servers. So I have a service that's repeatable that I can pitch to them. So what I'll do is I'll complete the initial job and just go above and beyond to impress them. And then whenever, I've impressed them and I know they're happy, what I do is I pitch them an ongoing monthly package where they pay me every single month to do, keep their servers running well, do a health check, do any other type of work they give me. And because I did so great on that first initial job, they always say yes. Almost every single time they say yes. And because of that, my long-term client percentage on Upwork is 100%. So if you really impress a client, then you can pitch them an ongoing package. You could pitch them a retainer. So I have 2 clients off Upwork that pay me a fixed amount every month as a retainer. And, sometimes I don't even work for them during that month. I might work like an hour, but I still get paid for the retainer because they're retaining me. So that's another way you can make money on Upwork is through a retainer. You can make a lot of money on Upwork by having a packaged service that looks like a product. You can put that into the project catalog. You can do fixed price projects where you're, getting paid based on more so on value than the hours you put into something. Those are the ways you can make a lot of money. Now for me, again, I do hourly, but I pitch a monthly service that I can bill for every month. And that's made me a lot of money on Upwork. So start off and just do as great of a job as you can on every single project. Get 5-star reviews, get really good feedback. And I'm talking about like paragraphs long of feedback. It's going to make you stand out. And then once you do that, you can start pitching other things. Like I said, like I do, a service every month. You could do the project catalog. You can do a retainer. There's so many ways that you can make a lot more money. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Go to Upwork, search for the, highest earning freelancers. I've showed how to do this on my YouTube channel before, and then just look at their profiles and don't copy it, but get inspiration from it. Make yours look as good as theirs looks. Go through everything on their profile, look at their portfolio, and make yours look just as good. Don't copy, but get inspiration. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at what they're doing. They're obviously making a lot of money for some reason, and then just model what you do after what they've already proven to work. So that's it. If you do those 3 things, you're going to be successful on Upwork. I guarantee it. You just have to put in the time. You have to have the discipline. And remember that discipline and consistency are going to beat talent every single time. I'm not the most talented person in the world. I'm not the smartest, but I work harder. I'm more disciplined and I'm more consistent than the average person. And that is going to make you so much money. And if you claim this message, I want you to type Upwork down in the comments so I know that you're going to take things seriously this year and hold yourself accountable. So I hope this helps you and I hope you have an amazing day. See you later.